You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsultant.com. We got to bang shit out today because we got a lot of... Jim Rickards, Clarey test, Jim Rickards. If you don't know what the Clarey test is, then I strongly recommend you look it up to figure out what the 4 questions are. Jim Rickards.
Oh my God, Clarey, are you like looking this up right now as you're doing it?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Jim Rickards. All right. American lawyer. Where do we go for his information? Jim Rickards, Wikipedia. There we go. Let's go here. All right. Jim Rickards is an American lawyer. He is a regular commentator on finance and is the author of the New York Times bestseller Currency Wars, The Making of the Next Global Crisis, published in 2011, The Death of Money, The Coming Collapse of the International Monetary System, published in 2014, and The New Case for Gold, published in 2016, and The Road to Ruin, The Global Elite Secret Plan for the Next Financial Crisis, also published in 2016. Alright, so, let's take a look at the caliber and character of this individual. Graduated from Lower Cape May Regional High School in Cape May, New Jersey in 1969. Okay, so he doesn't sound like he came from a lot of money. We'll look him up later. So right now he doesn't get a point for that, which is good because these are demerit points. You don't want these points. Johns Hopkins University, 1973 with a BA with honors, and then International Studies, MA in International Economics, Doctorate in Taxation, New York University School of Law. So this is a very gray area. I always have a hard time. People think that like this is a hard thing, like you gotta... And I like to always lead with the undergraduate degree as to the test and mettle of an individual. The reason it's complicated is because he was maybe technically in the era where a degree was a good degree, and if you actually went to college, it really didn't matter what you majored in. But he still majored in bullshit, degree, master's in international economics, and then went to law in taxation. So that's like a real discipline. In all honesty, I think maybe he went in being a lazy fuck, but then he got serious and says, "No, I want to study." Because you don't get a degree in taxation unless you're serious. So he actually did put his... I think he put his effort in. He put the labor and the hours in. So we're not going to give him a point for that. So that's pretty good. General Counsel of the Hedge Fund Long-Term Capital Management. That worked well for you, didn't it? Worked on Wall Street for 35 years, so he does have private sector experience, real-world working experience as Senior Managing Director of Market Intelligence for some company never heard. Used on facing imminent hyperinflation, vulnerable to tech reform. Blah, 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 blah. Publications, what is he doing now? He's still working. He's doing this thing. You know what? So far, it doesn't sound like a bad guy. Doesn't sound like a bad guy at all. Let's go and see if we can't find something from his bio. The Jim Rickards Project. He's selling his book, obviously. Contact About James. James Rickards is the editor of Strategic Intelligence Financial Newsletter. School of Law, International Economics. The only thing I'm trying to go for is whether he came from money or not. That's really the only thing, because you may disagree with him. You may say, he's a lawyer. You know, you major in taxation. You get a doctorate in taxation. That's some real fucking work. And then I don't see him like, I work on the abc.org project where you collect government grants and funds. So he supported himself. Just trying to figure out. American lawyer. Just want to see if he came from money. That's about it. That's about it. It says he went to a public school. And maybe we're not going to find the bio. I'm like going to his site and everything. I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's just not. Alright, here's the conclusion. Alright, here's the judgment. Until I find out that he came from like wealthy family or something, this guy sounds like a pretty straight up dude. He majored in, I know in the 60s and the 70s, there was still on the cuss at, he majored in lazy shit. He probably did, but then he salvationized himself, which is a word I just made up, going into taxation. And then the guy's worked in Wall Street. He's worked a real job ever since. And I don't see him collecting a government check or working on some nonprofit board of directors bullshit. Yeah, so this guy, he gets a 0, which is the best score you could score on the Clarey test. This is, is this a guy I'd like to talk to? Yes. His background is somewhat meh to me, but then I realized the fact he's that occupied with economics. And he has studied economics. He has a master's in economics. I'm always willing to talk to an economist, especially given the fact that in the 70s to today, he's probably advocated free market capitalistic ideas, which, especially in academia, has been completely... he's kind of like the Jordan Peterson, who I shit on a lot. I admit I shit on him a lot. But it takes some balls to stand up to your environment like that. So, yeah, would I like to have a beer with him? Absolutely. Absolutely. So James Rickards gets a 0, which is the perfect score, best score you can get. He now joins other dignitaries such as, well, Rex Tillerson. He's a pretty good guy. A lot of Eagle Scouts and a lot of mobsters from the 60s or from the 30s get there. But it's a good, it's an honorable mention. He should be very proud he gets a 0 score on the Clarey test. I'd like to know if he came from money. That's the thing. I know he went to a public school, but that really doesn't mean it. But there's not that much information on the internet that says, oh, yeah, my dad was a fucking investment banker and got me to work at Bear Stearns before they totally fucking screwed the pooch and went bankrupt. So, all right, that's it. You guys got questions, Clarey tests, whatever. And as long as you have money, money is the thing that makes the world go round. It's not love. It's not care. It's not compassion. It's money. And Asshole Consulting is not a free service, which unfortunately this past week, a shit ton of fucking millennials came in. I want your opinion. Pay me. And that's exactly what last week was like. So, yes, millennial dipshits, if you want to send me your request, it is going to cost you money. Charge for your time. All right, we'll catch you kids later. Toodles.